Hello, hello, my lovely Leaves. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Leaves, we have the Storm and the Warrior, the Hunter, the Judge, and the Gem. Leaves, this energy is like, ooh, super intense. But I feel like you have had this theme in your reads of, like this person who you are just like really, really into. If it's not an actual person, a job that you really, really want, or a project that you really want to work on, or you know what I mean? Like take it however it resonates. I'm going to read it one way, do with it what you will. There's something that you have been really just feeling confused about and feeling triggered by. I feel like there's this idea of like, how can I make a decision if I don't know which decision is the right decision, and just feeling overwhelmed and feeling really frustrated and feeling really triggered and almost feeling like you don't actually have a choice to make a decision until I feel like it's almost like this until you tell me that I can't, and then I will. You know what I mean? I feel a little bit of sass coming from my Leaves, because I feel like the decision that's being made is that value has been there's value there. What was once maybe deemed invaluable now has been deemed valuable. And any confusion that was preventing that solid judgment, any confusion, any holding back, any back and forth, what was the last one where you had like the person on the shelf, and you were not wanting to make a decision to move forward with this person, place, thing, opportunity, because if you did, it meant that you were going to have to change a whole lot of things in your life, right? Because sometimes you got to step up your game. You know what I mean? If you want to be with people who are at that higher game level, then you have to step up your game. And it's almost like there was something or someone, or that you wanted to do, or that you wanted, who you wanted to be with, but you knew that you were going to have to step up your game, and you didn't really want to have to, like, why should I have to change? Why should I have to do whatever? You know what I mean? Until it's like, cool, you don't have to do that. Like, no worries, problem solved. You know what I mean? And then it's almost like this rush of a decision to be, like a judge who determines that value, this is a valuable thing. I feel like it's this like, I need to convince you and tell you of all of the reasons why, because if I don't, I'm going to miss out on this opportunity, relationship. Do with it what you will. These are general reads. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Leaves. See what else we can get for y'all. Okay. 8 of Swords and 7 of Swords. Yeah, it's like you gotta get past whatever fears have been holding you back. Like a fear of not knowing enough, a fear of being triggered or triggering somebody else, or a fear of I don't know, because I think that there's almost this idea of, as much as you love the idea of love, um, sometimes it's more about the idea of it than the reality of it. Because the reality of it requires work, it requires effort. And if it's not love, then it's, like pursuing something in a professional endeavor or in an artistic endeavor. Like, it requires a lot of effort. And it's like you didn't want it bad enough to do anything about it. You know what I mean? But you justified that by, I almost want to say, through like a subconscious fear-based decision making, because indecision results in a decision ultimately, um, so you can't let your fears create an environment of confusion, because you don't want to make a decision. Yeah, because it's throwing everything. It's thrown everything out of balance. And so you have to make a decision to bring things back into balance, which means that you have to face your fears and overcome what could quite possibly be self-inflicted confusion, and triggered reactions accordingly. Um, and it's almost like a slingshot, like something smacked you upside the head and you were just like, oh my God, like I have to deal with this. I like this cannot continue. Um, is kind of what I feel like you're saying. Um, because I think if it continues, then you miss out, you know, and you don't want to miss out. Yeah, because it's like otherwise it's the end, like you can stay focused on, because it's not even like, I feel like some of you might feel like I'm being a little bit mean right now, and I'm not saying it to be mean. It, like, everybody has their shortcomings, everybody has their flaws, everybody has something that they have a struggle with, like no sign comes out perfect. All of us have things that we have to deal with. Like, this just seems to be an issue of indecision, and how that creates an ending, that comes with a great deal of confusion and a lot of triggers, and a desire to really quickly, the Eight of Wands and the Hunter, bring things back into balance, because I think that you have recognized the way in which you can, like, work on yourself without, um, you know, So I do kind of feel this sense of like, well, I'm not ready yet, or I'm not, like I haven't done this yet, or I haven't done that yet. And just like that being this constant excuse, or, well, I need to wait for this, or I need to wait for that. And I'm focused on this, and, like I got to work on myself. And there's like, I feel like there's a level of validity to that, right? But you can only use that excuse for so long until it's no longer a valid excuse and you've just lost your ticket altogether. Like you missed your flight, and it's like there are no more flights out. And so you feel like you have to like book it to catch this flight, because the excuse of just not being ready yet isn't going to fly. Um, all right, leaves. Oh my gracious, the village and the dead end. We're not ending on two ick cards. But yeah, I mean, it feels like this, like if I don't get out of here now, like I'm going to go down with this sinking ship. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to be, what's that movie? Don't Look Up. And it's like, like you're going to get left behind. And that's just like the reality of it all, is that, like, I don't know, this person, I think you were doing healing and this person was doing healing, and you know what I mean? And it's just kind of like, okay, well, I'm doing a lot better and I'm going to be, going on my way, and like, thanks for nothing in the end, and you know what I mean? And that's all she wrote, and it's just kind of like you are just up against that energy. I think of just somebody being fed up. It could be that you are on the other side of the energy and you're fed up, and you just don't want to deal with it anymore. And somebody's, like coming into you who's just kind of had you on the back burner and pushed you to one side to the other, but never, like looked you in the eye and honored you as a person. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like enough of that energy. Like that energy is just so, it's like, oh my God. So 2008. So song by Fergie Licious Fresh. Oh, that's funny. Okay, anyways, leaves. I hope this resonates with y'all. I'm sorry, I know it probably didn't feel like I don't know, the most encouraging read, but I mean, we go through lessons and we learn along the way, and sometimes we're our own worst enemy, and sometimes we drag our feet, and sometimes you don't know what you had until it's gone. Anyways, I hope this resonates with y'all, Leaves. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Please give me a like, share, and subscribe if it does, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye.